Soo Kai, Songyun and Wang Yibo love triangle resurfaces? Past romance shakes fans. The entertainment industry has seen its fair share of romantic rumors and love scandals, but nothing compares to the storm that erupted this week. Soo Kai, Songyun, and Wang Yibo, three of the industry's biggest names, are suddenly tangled in a whirlwind of speculation after shocking new footage emerged online. The clip, reportedly filmed just hours before a major award show, has reignited old whispers about a love triangle that fans thought had long been buried. What started as harmless red carpet anticipation spiraled into one of the most dramatic nights the industry has seen in years. And if the footage is anything to go by, this love triangle is far from over. The footage that started it all. The video, now making the rounds across every major social media platform, shows Soo Kai and Songyun arriving together backstage at the prestigious Golden Star Awards. They appear close, exchanging smiles and leaning toward each other as if sharing a private joke. But then, out of nowhere, Wang Yibo enters the frame. The moment his eyes meet Songyun's, the energy shifts. The atmosphere becomes heavy, almost charged, and Soo Kai's hand, which had been resting protectively at Songyun's back, stiffens. In the footage, Songyun freezes mid-smile, her eyes darting between the two men like she's caught in a storm she wasn't prepared for. It's barely 15 seconds of video, but the tension is so palpable that fans across the globe have been dissecting every frame. The history that can't be forgotten. To understand the uproar, you have to rewind 2 years. Back then, Soo Kai and Songyun were the picture of on-screen chemistry, their drama turning into off-screen rumors of a real romance. While neither confirmed nor denied the relationship, their undeniable closeness, from shared airport sightings to late-night dinner photos, kept the speculation alive. Enter Wang Yibo. Known for his magnetic presence and fiercely private life, he was unexpectedly linked to Songyun after they worked together on a fashion campaign. Sources claimed they became fast friends, but whispers of something deeper began circulating when paparazzi caught them in what looked like a heated late-night conversation outside a music studio. For months, tabloids painted an image of a love triangle, Soo Kai's quiet loyalty clashing with Wang Yibo's passionate unpredictability. Eventually, the rumors faded until now. Backstage drama, a night to remember. Eyewitnesses at the Golden Star Awards claim that the tension backstage was even more intense than the short viral video showed. According to a crew member who spoke on condition of anonymity, Soo Kai subtly positioned himself between Songyun and Wang Yibo the moment Yibo approached. You could tell Soo Kai didn't want them talking, the source revealed. But Songyun, she looked like she wanted to say something. Her eyes kept searching for Wang Yibo's, even though Soo Kai's presence was like a shield. At one point, Wang Yibo reportedly took a step forward, his expression unreadable, but his gaze fixed solely on Songyun. That's when Soo Kai allegedly muttered something under his breath, prompting Yibo to smirk, a dangerous, knowing kind of smirk that only fueled speculation. The onstage moment that froze fans. If Backstage was tense, the onstage interaction was a full-blown earthquake for fans. As fate would have it, all three were called on stage together to present an award. Standing shoulder to shoulder under the bright lights, the audience could see what cameras rarely capture: subtle glances, lingering touches, and a silent war for emotional ground. When Songyun handed the award envelope to Wang Yibo, their fingers brushed for barely a second, but Yibo's eyes locked onto hers in a way that made the crowd gasp. Soo Kai, standing just a breath away, noticed, his jaw tightening, his smile growing just a fraction too tight. Clips of that fleeting touch have since been slowed down, zoomed in, and analyzed by fans like forensic experts. One popular fan edit even set the moment to slow, dramatic music, turning it into a viral sensation overnight. After the show, the alleyway sighting. Just when everyone thought the night was over, an unverified but widely shared fan photo surfaced, allegedly showing Wang Yibo and Songyun speaking alone in a dimly lit alley behind the venue. In the grainy image, Songyun appears to be holding Yibo's arm, her expression caught somewhere between pleading and desperate. Yibo's head is bent toward her, his hand resting against the wall beside her like he's blocking her from leaving. According to a fan who claims to have witnessed the exchange, Su-kai emerged moments later, his voice loud enough to be heard from several feet away. "Is this what you wanted all along?" he allegedly asked, his words sharp and trembling. The source says Tan Songyun looked away, while Wang Yibo simply gave a cold, almost defiant stare. Fans react, teams forming online. Within hours, the fandom split into factions. Hashtag Team Su-kai, defending his loyalty and patience, and hashtag Team Wang Yibo, praising his boldness and unshakable chemistry with Tan Songyun. Meanwhile, a quieter but growing hashtag Team Tan Songyun faction has been calling for people to focus on her side of the story, one that remains untold. "I don't think this is about choosing between them," one fan tweeted. "I think it's about what she's been holding back all these years." Others, however, are convinced the love triangle is as real as it gets. "The way Su-kai looked at her backstage was the look of a man afraid to lose her," another wrote, "and the way Wang Yibo looked at her on stage was the look of a man who already had her once." Theories and whispers. Speculation is now running wild. Some believe Tan Songyun and Wang Yibo shared a brief romance before she began seeing Su-kai, and that unresolved feelings are resurfacing. Others insist that Su-kai and Tan Songyun are still together, but Wang Yibo's reappearance threatens the stability they've built. A more dramatic theory suggests that Tan Songyun may have never truly moved on from Yibo, and that Su-kai knows it, a theory that would explain the protective, almost defensive way he's been seen around her in recent weeks. The silence speaks louder. So far, none of the three have addressed the rumors directly. Su-kai posted a single black and white photo of himself looking out a rain-streaked window, captioned only with, "Some storms never end." Wang Yibo, meanwhile, shared a cryptic line on his social media. "Timing is everything or nothing at all." Tan Songyun has remained completely silent, no posts, no statements, nothing. Her silence is being read in 1,000 different ways. Is it guilt, heartbreak, or a refusal to feed into the frenzy? Where this leaves them. The Golden Star Awards were supposed to be a night of celebration, but instead, they've reignited one of the industry's most captivating and controversial love triangles. Whether the tension seen that night are the remnants of an old flame or the beginnings of a new chapter, one thing is clear. The world is watching, and the story is far from over. The whispers that started online had now evolved into a roaring storm, and Su-kai could feel the heat of it burning into his skin. It wasn't just rumors anymore. It was the way Tan Songyun's gaze seemed to drift somewhere far away whenever Wang Yibo's name came up. It was the way Wang Yibo's smile carried a history that Su-kai was never part of. The night after the shocking Dubai sighting of Wang Yibo and Tan Songyun talking privately behind the concert arena, Su-kai couldn't sleep. He paced their shared living room, the city lights flashing through the window like mocking camera flashes. Tan Songyun had locked herself in the bedroom for almost 2 hours after getting back, claiming she was tired. Su-kai wasn't sure if it was exhaustion or avoidance. Finally, he pushed the door open. She was sitting on the bed, scrolling through her phone, her hair falling over her face like a curtain. "Are you going to tell me why Wang Yibo's name is all over the internet again connected to you?" Su-kai's voice was steady, but carried the quiet weight of a brewing storm. Tan Songyun didn't look up. "It's nothing like that. Nothing." He took a slow step toward her. "The internet thinks otherwise. And to be honest, so do I." Her fingers tightened around her phone. "You're overthinking. We were just talking." "Talking?" Su-kai cut her off, his voice rising. "Do you think I don't notice the way you look at him? The way he looks at you? You call it talking, but it feels like remembering." That made her look up, her eyes glistening. "Remembering what?" "Yes, we have a past. But that's all it is, a past. You knew about it when we got together." Su-kai's jaw tensed. "Yeah, I knew about it. But I didn't think I'd have to compete with a ghost every time he shows up." The words hung in the air, heavy, slicing through the fragile calm between them. She looked away, unable to meet his gaze. Meanwhile, Wang Yibo was thousands of miles away, seated in the quiet corner of a Dubai hotel lobby, scrolling through the trending topics on his phone. His name was paired with Tan Songyun's on almost every entertainment blog. Photos of them laughing, albeit briefly, backstage at the concert were already dissected, frame by frame, by fans. Some captions were playful, others dangerously speculative. He leaned back in the chair, closing his eyes. He hadn't meant for it to look like that. But when he saw her after all those years, when her voice broke the noisy backstage air, memories came flooding back. The stolen nights, the unspoken feelings, the breakup they never truly talked about. A faint voice broke his thoughts. "You're trending again," his manager said, sliding into the seat beside him. "I know. You also know Soo Kai is not going to take this lightly." A slow, almost regretful smile touched Yibo's lips. "He never has." Back in Beijing, the tension only thickened. Soo Kai and Tan Songyun had an event to attend together, a public appearance that suddenly felt like walking into a lion's den. Photographers waited outside, ready to capture every glance, every subtle movement between them. As they stepped out of the car, Soo Kai offered his hand for her to take. She hesitated just a second too long before slipping her fingers into his. The cameras caught it, the hesitation, the faint strain in their smiles. Inside the venue, Soo Kai's grip on her hand was tighter than usual. "We're going to look like we're fine," he muttered under his breath. "Even if we're not." Tan Songyun forced a smile, nodding, but her mind was somewhere else. Somewhere it shouldn't be. The breaking point came later that night. After the event, Soo Kai drove them home in silence. The air inside the car felt heavy, like it was pressing against her chest. When they finally pulled up to the apartment, he turned to her before she could unbuckle her seatbelt. "Tell me the truth," he said quietly. "If he asked you to choose, would you?" She froze, the question lodging itself in her throat. The truth was, she didn't have an answer. And that silence, more than any word she could have said, was what made Soo Kai's heart crack. He laughed once, bitterly, shaking his head. "That's what I thought." And with that, he got out of the car, leaving her sitting there, staring at the dashboard, her hands trembling. Across the city, Wang Yibo stared out of his hotel window, the Dubai skyline glowing beneath him. He didn't know why he felt restless, why the thought of Tan Songyun's silence after their conversation backstage kept replaying in his mind. Maybe he wanted closure. Maybe he wanted more than closure. But one thing was certain. The love triangle they all thought was buried had just clawed its way back to the surface. And this time, the world was watching.